Hello people, so this is the turbo that messed up for the Range Rover Evoque engine I've just rebuilt. Obviously loads of play in it, so I've taken off of all the hoses. Obviously self-explanatory, you can see them on there. There is a little circlip on the back side of there that needs to come off. Just here, that needs to be unclipped, and this arm needs to be dropped off. You need to undo the ringer bolts here. Do mark for the oil return, just mark both housings, so when it comes to putting the turbo on to the new housing, obviously the new housing will have this. You know that this has to mark up with the center of this, because what you'll find if you don't match it up, some of them have pins that they locate, some don't, so you'll end up with this part's called the snail. This snail will be in the wrong place when you want to put the boost hose on. So these are ring of 10 mils, and you've got a ring of 8 mils round the snail side. So let's get that apart. So that's the snail housing off. So as I was saying, some of them have got a locating pin. Obviously that pin there will locate in that hole there. There is a gasket on there, which is that one. This I can't hold it and do my phone. I'll try my best, but as you can see, spins alright, but the housing was full of oil. I'll clean it all up and get it back together. Alright, so here's the turbo. This is the snail. Obviously it's got to go back on here. Obviously there's your locating pin I was on about. It's got to marry up with this. Comes with these gaskets. I got this one from London Turbos, just off of eBay. It's an upgraded one rather than standard. Right, let's get that snail back onto this bit and start putting it back together. Right, so this rubber seal that comes with the pack goes around here. Just slide that on. It's so hard to do with your phone in your hand. Obviously make sure there's no debris or nothing in there. Make sure this is all clean. Sometimes it might be worth putting a little tiny bit of oil just around here, just so it don't split the seal when you push that onto there. So this is the old turbo. This is the new one now. So this is the variable vane bit, opens and closes. These do have little screws that come out. They are tiny, that hold that down, that hold this down. Two locators. There's a locating pin there as well. Unfortunately I broke one, so yet again I'm being held up. I'll have to get some tomorrow, and then we can get the rest of this back together, get the housing cleaned up and put on, and then hopefully finally get the engine in the Evoque. I'd like to think I'm going to get it running by Sunday, but we'll see, eh? Watch this space. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for your support. Have a good weekend, guys. Good morning people. So I popped out this morning. My good friend from MBE Fastenings at Alresford kindly gave me some bolts. They are the right kiddies. So let's get this turbo back together today. So we need to make sure that this is free. This moves. There is a locator which is there. You see that? Zooms in, and that needs to locate on that pin. So obviously do be careful when you put this on, because you don't want to damage the I will have to clean this up anyway before it goes on. So obviously the two screws go in here and here, the Allen key bolts. Do check with the arm that the vanes open and close. Right, let's get that on because I can't hold the phone and do it, but let's get this on, cleaned up, and get that put on, and then happy days. So we've got this bit on finally. You need to make sure that inside there, that when you push this lever, it's located properly, that the vanes open and close properly on the wastegate. That's all free. Just don't spin that too much because obviously they're dry, but that spins freely. There's an exhaust ring that goes into there, and then we lay this bit back on. Let's get it put it on, eh? So as you can see, there's a little locating pin here the turbo sits onto. We've got that in, and we can start feeding the bolts in slowly. Excuse my fat fingers. They go in all the way around. We'll get them done. We put the wastegate bar on, and we're nearly ready to rock and roll. So we need to take the arm off the old turbo. So a little clip here, which I've already started taking off. Unclip that. Slide the arm off. Then obviously this needs to go onto the new one. Let's get that put on. Right, let's get it put on. Right, so that's the turbo all back together. Housing's on. And your wastegate arm with your two clips. They're all on. Lovely, lovely. Manifold's on. So got to put the oil pipes on. Do clean these through with a bit of brake cleaner. Make sure that any old oil is out. Also in this one here, there's a bolt that goes in the end, which is this bolt. There is a gauze inside. Do make sure that is clean because, well, as you can see, it's not clean. You can't really see. Because obviously that's the feed. Some people leave them out, but that's not what I want to do. I'll just clean it and put it back in properly how it should be. Obviously brake cleaner will this out. You can buy a brake cleaner from your local Euro car parts or JRs or something like that. And then obviously run a bit of, before you put the pipe on, just put a little bit of oil in your oil hole on your turbo, just so when you first start it up it's not spinning dry. Yeah, and just basically just check all the other pipes are clean. Job, let's get these clean and get this back together. So that's the turbo all complete. When you put this one here on, which is this pipe here, that's the oil feed, do run a little bit of oil inside the turbo, just like I say, so the turbo doesn't start up dry. Let's get this put on, shall we?